Friends, before we can master stress, we have to meet it face to face. Picture a cave dweller startled by a saber-toothed tiger. Instantly the brain reads danger and flips the ancient fight or flight switch. The hypothalamus fires an electrical impulse, the adrenal glands dump adrenaline, noradrenaline and cortisol into the blood. Your heart pounds, breathing turns shallow, skin vessels tighten, digestion pauses, the whole body braces for a sprint or a fight. 40,000 years have passed, but the script has not changed. The tigers of today are urgent emails, night shifts, awkward conversations and news alerts. We rarely run or punch anything, so stress hormones linger far longer than nature intended, turning a short alarm into a chronic background hum. That chronic form, not the quick burst, quietly erodes health. It suppresses immunity, recurring colds, raises blood pressure, steals restorative sleep and feeds the feeling we call burnout. I ask patients to imagine a traffic light of stress levels. Acute red flash, minutes or hours, subsides when the threat is gone. Repeating yellow flash, bursts every day during a hot exam period or a fiscal quarter. Dull, permanent glow, months or years of caregiving debt, financial strain or a never-ending war of headlines. Here the body is stuck with one foot on the gas. How do you know the siren is on? Look for a trio of markers. Body, iron-hard shoulders, locked jaw, band-like headache, dry mouth. Behavior, midnight snacking, scrolling instead of starting, sudden anger, insomniac nights. Emotions, irritability, tearfulness, cynicism, a hollow what's the point fatigue. Try a 1-week stress diary. Each time you feel tension, jot down where you are, what just happened, who is around, what you feel in the body. 7 days later patterns jump out, maybe your peak lands at 4 p.m. when blood sugar dips, or every ding from one phone number spikes your pulse. Knowledge is the first lever of control. Remember, stress itself is not an enemy, it is a warning light. Our job is to switch it off before it drowns out every other sound inside. Stress screams, now. Anxiety whispers, what if? It is the mind's private detective, scanning future corners for possible threats. Deep inside the limbic system sits the amygdala, our living burglar alarm. It compares new sensations with a warehouse of old pains. If something even resembles a past hurt, the siren wails before reason can intervene. For shades of anxiety are worth naming. Normal performance anxiety, an exam, a first date, a live broadcast. It sharpens focus and fuels preparation. Situational anxiety, one clear trigger, such as a dental visit, it ends with the appointment. Chronic background anxiety, a low hum of something bad is coming with no clear source. Imagine the fridge motor that never stops. Pathological anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder, panic attacks, social phobia, these call for treatment. How do we cross-examine the detective so he works for us? Name the fear out loud, I'm afraid of losing my job. Unnamed fear is always larger. Check the evidence. How often has my company laid people off? Have I received any warnings? Draft Plan A and Plan B, if the worst happens, I have savings for 3 months and a list of vacancies. Draw a control circle, list what you can do today, finish that report, refresh your resume, and what lies outside your power, global economics. Place your energy only where influence is real. Even a simple, catastrophe, proof, alternative exercise wakes the rational prefrontal cortex and quiets the amygdala. Remember, anxiety is an invitation, to act when action is possible or to release when it is not. If you refuse both, the detective leaves the case open and haunts you with endless what-ifs. Managing stress is like first aid plus long-term rehab. We need lightning-quick techniques for crisis minutes and daily habits to lower the resting tide. Quick first aid kit, 1 to 15 minutes. Breathing 4-7-8. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds, hold for 7, sigh out through the mouth for 8. Repeat 4 rounds. Parasympathetic, brakes, engage, pulse slows. Progressive muscle relaxation. Tense then release toes, calves, thighs, belly, shoulders, face. When you let go, tell that muscle, warm and loose. The body drops its armor. Grounding 5-4-3-2-1. Name 5 things you see, 4 you hear, 3 you can touch, 2 you can smell, 1 you can taste. Attention moves from thoughts to senses. 30-second cardio burst. Jump jacks, squats or stair sprints, stress hormones burn in muscle fibers. Contrast heat and cold. Splash cool water on your face, drape warm cloth on your neck. That temperature swing tickles the vagus nerve. Long-term program, daily routine. Cardio 3 times a week, 45 minutes each. Fast walking, swimming, cycling. 2 months and basal cortisol slides down. CBT thought record. Log, situation, automatic thought, emotion, balanced thought. When the mind sees its own script, it edits. Pomodoro rhythm. Work 25 minutes, stretch 5, and after 4 rounds stroll for half an hour. Brains adore rhythm. Digital sunset after 9 p.m. Flip your phone to monochrome, silence alerts. Blue light kidnaps melatonin and robs sleep. Anti-stress diet. Greens, berries, whole grains, pumpkin seeds for magnesium, oily fish twice weekly for omega-3. Polyphenol and fatty acids quench oxidative sparks. Daily creativity, 20 minutes. Sketch, strum, knead clay, switch gears from analytical left brain to imaginative right. Remember, a technique works only when practiced. Reading about breathing does not slow a heartbeat. Repeat for 6 to 8 weeks and neural paths rewrite. Patients often ask, "Doctor, how do I make sure anxiety doesn't come back?" I teach a 6-step scaffolding. Think of it as bricks holding up a house. Step 1. Scheduled worry window. Every day at 6 p.m. sit with a notebook and pour out every fear for 20 minutes. When time is up, close the notebook. The brain learns, I'll worry tomorrow, right now I can live. Step 2. Exposure ladder. List fears from smallest to scariest. If people trigger panic, greet the supermarket cashier, later speak briefly in a meeting, eventually present to a crowd. Repeat each step until discomfort falls, then climb. You vaccinate the amygdala with small doses of safe fear. Step 3. Anti-anxiety nutrition. Omega-3 in salmon or walnuts, tryptophan in bananas and turkey, raw material for serotonin, dark chocolate 70% cocoa for polyphenol. Add fermented foods, kefir, kimchi, so your gut microbiome brews GABA, a natural calmer. Step 4. Mindfulness plus compassion meditation. 10 minutes watching the breath, 5 minutes repeating, "May I be safe. May all beings be safe." After 8 weeks neuroimaging shows a smaller amygdala and stronger prefrontal brakes. Step 5. Social vitamins. Schedule weekly friend talk, a support circle every fortnight, 2 hours of volunteering each week. Oxytocin from trusting contact muffles cortisol better than any pill. Step 6. Smart tracking, and medication if needed. If background anxiety lingers, check heart rate variability on a smartwatch. HRV below 50 milliseconds 5 days in a row signals overload. Then we may add an SSRI or buspirone. Dose climbs gradually, we reassess in 4 to 6 weeks. Preventive checklist. Twice a year fill out the GAD-7 and PHQ-9 scales, measure blood pressure and resting pulse, review sleep data from a tracker, run lipids and glucose annually. Small numbers warn early. Doctors wrap up. Stress and anxiety are early warning systems, not punishments. Hear their signals, use swift techniques, build daily mental health hygiene. If self-help yields no relief in 6 weeks or symptoms flare, panic attacks, dark thoughts, seek professional care. Guard your mind as faithfully as your heart, it is the conductor of your life's orchestra.